Hello and welcome everyone to another episode of my VRChat World Showcase series. I want to show you guys 10 cool worlds in VRChat again, and as always, let's get right started. The first world that we're in is called Varneon's Fairground storage, Waltzer by Varneon. And basically we are kind of in a huge storage room with some cool trucks all around and with a Waltzer. A fully functioning Waltzer that actually works really cool and really well. It's probably not for everyone, you can get quite motion sick, but it works really cool. Like the concept of how it's done is really nice. So how do we get started? When we join the world, it's powered off. So in order to turn it on, we need to go over here to this truck and touch the power on symbol. And then we can see how everything is already glowing and starting to turn on. Then we can go inside of the control room, and here we have a couple of options. First, we can play some music. When you're inside the cabin, the music is a little bit dampened. When you're outside, it's going full blasting. And here you can control the entire thing. So you can start the motors, then start spinning. Or you can let go of the brakes, then the cars themselves spin as well. And then you can press the brakes again. If the double rotation is a little bit too much for you, you can limit that. Up here, you need to do this motion to turn the knobs. And then you can control the lights a little bit. And emergency power button that you also need to pull out if you want to get going again. By default, all of the safety belts are down. You can just grab them and pull them up, and then when you did that, you can sit down inside. And yeah, then when you're sitting, you can have a fun ride in the Waltzer, and it's actually really fun and nauseating if you're not used to it. One of the real cool things, in my opinion as well, is if you step outside and without going into any station, if you just step outside, you will also rotate away, bye-bye. And that way you can like walk around in your room while also spinning on top of this thing. But please, only do this if you're really comfortable with this, it's not easy. And back into safety. And yeah, that's basically it. You can just drive a Waltzer. I really like it. Varneon does amazing stuff. If you're not easily to get motion sick, definitely give this a try. It's super fun. And if you get motion sick rather easy, you can at least keep the brakes on and just have one rotation without the individual cars spinning as well. And then it's not as bad. The next world that we're looking at is called Final Crystal of Memories by FuseFinal. And in general, it's just a visually pleasing hangout world. Just looks pretty nice. So where we're right here is where we start. We have a crystal, which looks pretty cool, and just the general environment here looks kind of pretty. We have some settings here, and we can also jump down in this hole, which first of all gets us to this area, which also looks quite nice. And then we can walk a long pathway when we go through this door. And then we get to this beautiful area. A garden with a nice tree, sunset. There's also like a pond in the middle. I don't know if you can see it. There's water. And yeah, I think it just generally looks very nice. Definitely a nice place to hang out. The next world is from Suzuki Ai, and for people who have followed this series for a while, may already know that his worlds are very interesting and hard to showcase. This world is called Hedonism, and there's a reason why we're in this weird state and why you can only see my own view. Because in this world, cameras obviously don't work. You can only see yourself through cameras in the world. To properly show what I mean, let me respawn. So this is how you start. You can only see yourself from the camera. You can walk around. The avatar mimics everything you do with full body tracking. When you look down, I don't see myself here. And I can only see myself from cameras. Like over there, there's cameras all over the place. And when you walk around, you switch to different angles. And you walk around, and you can only see yourself through the camera. Yeah, basically like that. Get a lot of different angles from yourself. And the same works for friends of you, of course. And in general, it's just a really cool concept that I haven't seen anywhere before. Where you just see yourself in third person from static camera angles. There's also a lot of secrets actually in the world. But maybe one thing to just show you that something like this is here, which is pretty cool. You can walk into a room and then you can find a desk with something on top. and you need to grab it. It's really hard to grab something while you're in a completely different angle, and try to bring it to the camera and hold it so that you can read it. Oh, and then rotating it correct is so hard. It's impossible. There's also credits here. It's really hard. While yes, this is pretty disorienting and very hard to showcase properly in a video form, I definitely highly recommend every one of you to at least give it a try once. It's a really cool concept and I've never seen anything like this before in VRChat, so yeah, give it a try. The next world is called Cloud 9 by Very Merri, and it is a very comfy, relaxing, home chill world, just to hang out. Very comfy. But as a warning, it's also quite GPU intense. So right now we are on the balcony looking out at all of the beautiful clouds. It is quite big. We also have chips and some other places to hang out and like couches and a lot of pillows. There's the inside of the living room, which also looks very nice. We have a video player, there's a pool table, and something I really love is just the plants. There are plants all over the place inside the walls. There's an aquarium over there, which also is very comfy. And then we have one more room with one of these amazing things. What is it? Well, yeet! It is jelly. It follows your body and it's really cool. I love it. It's super nice. And yeah, I don't know. I just really love it when you have vines like this in the background. I think this is so cool. It looks very comfy. It looks very natural. And yes, it's just a very nice hangout world. Very relaxing, but GPU heavy. Next world is called No Time to Talk by Faxmashine. And this is a very interesting world. It is a rather unique world, which really helps you to get into conversations with people. A lot of people are shy and don't really know how to start conversations with people in VRChat, and this world tries to solve that. There's basically always a public instance of this world, and when you go in here, first of all, you can select a couple of things about yourself on that wall, like pronouns, interests, hobbies, etc. Things that you like and that you can talk about, and then you can start a matchmaking, and you will get matched with another person in VRChat who has similar interests, and then you can talk. By default, you have 2 minutes, and then you will go to another person, and you will maybe never see each other again, or maybe you will friend each other. You can also extend the time to make it 4 minutes or 6 minutes if you enjoyed the conversation. And it's a really interesting way to actually start talking to people. I've been here quite often and I've found that most of the people who come here are genuinely interested in holding a conversation. Of course, every now and then you will also find a troll who just wants to annoy everybody who's in here. But I think like 80%, 90% of the people here actually want to have a conversation with random new people. So if you're having trouble finding friends or starting conversations with other people in VRChat, I can really recommend you to go here. It's very interesting and definitely a nice thing to do when you don't have anyone else online or just want to talk to some people. The next world is called Quanturv, Decommissioned City by Silent. This world is also a game port from Rubisorange. Maybe if you know that game, this is something that interests you. It is a world that in my opinion has a pretty cool atmosphere. It looks very nice. So this is where you spawn, and then you have a couple of other places that you can go to, down there or all the way over there. There's quite a lot of things to explore. When walking around, you can teleport to a couple of places. For example, right here we are in some kind of cathedral, which also looks pretty cool. You can't go into these hallways over there, but the cathedral here looks pretty nice. Then there's this room, which, holy fuck, it looks really cool. Why isn't this its own world? Like, the outside is fine and cool, but look at this. This is something that looks really cool and could totally be its own world. Really nice visuals. Then there's also a bathhouse, which also looks like really cool. This could also be its own world in my opinion. It's just generally a pretty good looking bathhouse. And then there's also a last room or place that you can teleport to, which is a laboratory, which also, in my opinion, just looks really sick and could totally be its own world. It's kind of funny, I don't know. I think the outside where you spawn looks good, but it's kind of meh. But then when you walk around and find places that you can teleport like this, it looks so cool. Like, these could totally be their own worlds. But it's all together in one world. So yeah. The next world is called Portal Gun Puzzle Game by Rubisorange. And as the name suggests, it's another portal game. So you have a portal gun, you can fire a portal, but you press trigger with your other hand, then you switch the gun color. And it is just like you would expect any portal game to work. You shoot a blue portal, orange portal, and you can walk through the portal. Whee! Nice. In the camera, the portals looked a little bit weird when I was walking towards them, but in your own personal view, it looks just like it should look with a portal. There's no weird morphing or anything like that. And you have 20 levels that you can play. And yeah, it's another Portal game in VRChat. Portal is really cool. You might get motion sick. I have a lot of motion sickness worlds today. Whatever. You can take a break if you want to. You don't need to do them. But the things that induce motion sickness are just some of the really coolest things in VR. I don't know. I hope you will forgive me. The next world is called Space Odyssey by nprowler. And we are, as you can see, we are in space. On a spaceship. Or a space station. Which is pretty big. You can explore quite a lot in here. There's a lot of different things. For example, you could play pool in a really cool space environment. Or maybe some chess in the middle of nowhere? Or you could fly around with a drone in space. Or you could just walk around and explore a really cool space station. It's a very well designed world, and nprowler is very good at making big worlds that you can explore and have a lot of things to do. So yeah, definitely very cool, check it out. The next world is called South Wall Corner Club Morrowind by Turbovirgin. It's a small hangout world from the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. We are here in a bar. You can grab almost all of the things that you see here. There's a bar and a general nice location where you can be. There's also some instruments here that you can grab and play if you want to. And everything you could see right now is basically the entire world. I think it has a pretty nice aesthetic. The atmosphere is quite nice. Maybe if you played the Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, this brings back some memories. It's optimized, you don't have lags. And the music is nice as well. There's also an absolutely amazing upstairs, which leads to a bedroom. That's it. Maybe you should stay downstairs, that's like the main action room. And our last world for today is called The Summer Train by HANI. And it's a very nice atmosphere, post-apocalyptic train station in summer world. Basically everything that you see here is everything there is in this world. You have a really cool aesthetic. It looks very, very nice. You have a train, nice relaxing music. And it just looks really good. You can definitely take some really nice pictures here. Yes, I like this world a lot. And yeah, that's already it. I hope you enjoyed it. Did you have a favorite world out of these 10? If yes, please let me know down in the comments. I always read all of them and I always appreciate any kind of feedback that you give to me. As always, all the links to the worlds are down in the description. There's also the link to the playlist down in the description and even more links to all kinds of different stuff. My GitHub project, Illusion project, where I have currently like 600 worlds saved, all nicely categorized. So if you're ever in need for a specific world with some specific feature, then you might be able to find just what you find. Then you might be able to find just what you need in my project, or just to explore new things. That's also fun. I also still regularly stream on YouTube right now, also world hopping and other games, which is very fun. I appreciate all of you being there. Maybe for everyone who hasn't watched the stream yet, maybe feel free to stop by. I'm just casually chatting with everyone and it's always a good time. A good way to connect with the community. We also reached 1,000 subs, which is kind of cool. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna make a special or something. I might make a meetup or something when I get partner, which I need a little bit more watch time for, but I should probably get there in, I don't know, a month or something. So yeah, but thank you all for the support. It's really cool to have an audience. That's very nice. And yeah, that being said, I thank you all for watching. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day and see you next time. Bye bye.